Laura Nalbandian. I'm the coordinator and the owner of NORWAC, the Northwest Astrological Conference, and it's happening. It's happening in May. In fact, May 20, what is it, 22nd through the 26th. I think we definitely have events on Thursday, so that's the 22nd. And I am here with Samantha Hammer, who is our event coordinator and host for the virtual space. So when you attend the virtual conference, you'll get to meet Samantha. She'll be hosting that part of our event and did a wonderful job for us last year. And also with us is Sydney Deveraux, who is an integral part of NORWAC as well. She is not only our volunteer coordinator, she's a primary part of our tech team, which helps to video record our lectures and workshops. And she is also part of our social media team. So today we're just going to talk about the virtual space and what you all can gain from attending the conference virtually as well. So, Samantha, I'm curious, why is it that you got involved? I mean, I found you through, I think it was Tara All.
Mhm.
I'm super stoked that we have you with us. So, what really drew you to wanting to do this for us?
Oh my goodness, that's such a good question. So I was so excited when I found out you guys were going to be needing hosts for the virtual space. And my husband and I had attended the NORWAC for 2023 for our honeymoon, actually.
Oh,
And I hadn't started my astrological business yet, but that was definitely the Kickstarter. It was like the final straw that was like, okay, I'm obsessed with astrology and I need to do something about it. And I know so many other people have the same story. They go to NORWAC and everything just sort of clicks because it's such an inspiring and connecting event. And so that was that. And then I wanted to do more. And Tara introduced me to the host idea. And so here we are as of last year. And we had so much fun last year. I still keep in contact with some of the people that we met virtually. And my husband helped me, like, he was my tech support last year. And he will be again this year. So it's kind of another like sort of family ordeal, even in the virtual space, which I think is really fun. And because I've been to NORWAC in person, I kind of liked the idea of bringing some of the in-person theme, like sitting down to dinner with one another and doing drinks at the bar, but instead you're kind of just sitting at your computer and chatting. And we just had a really, really lovely time last year. And I know it'll be even better this year.
I'm so curious that, I love that you have been in person and also have done this virtual space because you've had both experiences. And so I think like one of the things that I'm so curious about is, you know, the events that you've scheduled, which I'm really stoked about, like the parties and stuff. Um, how do you think that a person who has maybe attended NORWAC but can't this year for whatever reason, the world doing what it's doing, do you feel like they'll still get that moment of connection? Like I feel like they will because we've had multiple people showing up over and over, but like, do you have anything special kind of planned in order to kind of facilitate that or?
Oh, yes. So that's such a good point and question. That was really the main thing I wanted to be sure that was going to be delivered in the virtual space. And I think just giving some people like, because people are shy, I'm shy. Some people are introverted. There's like this sort of like period of getting to know one another, just like in person. But as
Yeah.
far as the event wise, it's a mystery chart that we'll like we play games. It's silly, it's fun, and we're able to we just have that common interest that unites us so much. And it makes it really, really easy to flow with one another. And Yeah, last year it was so amazing. Like people from in person were jumping on into the virtual space just to
That's
take
what
a
I was
break
going to
even.
ask you.
Yeah.
Like I'm a person that if I'm not working an event, I tend to get really overstimulated.
Mhm.
And I am not I'm an indoor cat. Like I'm trying to like in my room and watch some stuff. And I do know that some people just I was able to kind of pop in and just like look around for a little bit. And so did you find that like there was a good number of people that were in person attending that would come on and like be with you?
Oh yeah, definitely. It was Tara All was in person. She took a break after doing one of her virtual Q&As, which is another big perk of attending online. And she totally came in and chilled and like played a mystery chart with us. It was just really fun. But there was a good number last year, and I
I
encourage
know.
others to take their break and come on in. All
Yeah,
are
I do.
welcome.
I do know some folks. One of the speakers, Patricia Walsh, went up to her room and logged in and relaxed in her room on her bed and watched some lectures. Let's talk about the Q&As.
Yeah.
So, uh, first of all, I really want to acknowledge that it's super important, and NORWAC is absolutely intentional in everything that we do in the virtual space and in the in-person space. And that intention is to encourage, though we cannot make it happen, but we encourage connection. We encourage people to reach across the interwebs or reach across the space and time and make that connection. And I know a lot of people are introverts. A lot of astrologers are introverts. I am naturally an introvert.
Yeah.
So doing this big event once a year pulls me out into a larger space. And it does get exhausting, but I do love it. And granted, glad it's only once a year. So the Q&As, you can go, folks, you can go onto the website. You'll see it on the schedule. All the Q&As are already booked and ready to go. They're anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes. And between Samantha, myself, and Nicholas Palomnakos, we will be hosting the Q&As and holding that space for you to ask the speakers questions. And don't ever feel you have to actually turn on your microphone or turn on your
Yes.
camera. You can use the little chat and type in your questions and get those answered. But obviously, we do love for you to turn on your camera so that we can see your shiny faces and hear your voices, because that is so important. And so this will be the first year that Samantha is going to help us do the Q&As. Are you excited about that?
Oh my gosh, I am so excited. I loved like just even moderating them last year with you. And it's just so cool to be on the same video call with some of your favorite astrologers. It's
It's
like
very intimate because it's
it
not,
is.
right? It's just a handful of speakers.
Yeah.
You're with them, you see them on the screen.
Yeah.
They're not lecturing, they're right there.
They really are. And that's something that I think because I did go in person, I got to meet some of my favorite astrologers at the bar and stuff, but like those Q&As do offer that opportunity of connection in a really really intimate way that it's just so special to me. And you can ask your questions just like you would in real life.
And then there's also going to be breakout rooms too, like for after.
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. um Last year it was a really small group a lot of the nights just because of time differences and stuff, but there's always a breakout room available to anyone who wants it.
Right. So they can come in, and if you get a larger group and people want to have private
Mhm.
conversations, you can just create a breakout room for them. And we can facilitate that space for people to have uh, conversations of any types. So we're going to have, let's just kind of recap. So we've got the
Yeah.
Q&As with the speakers, which are going to happen every day. We have one on Friday, and we have multiple occasions for Q&As on Saturday and Sunday. All speakers are participating. There's going to be the virtual sunrise room, which is going to be the home base for all the
Yes.
virtual attendees to just hang out between lectures and after hours. That link will be at the top of the page on
Yes.
each day. So they
Yes.
can see, I might even put it at the bottom so they can always see that the sunrise room has a link and it's present. And then you're going to host the virtual dinner parties every night. So
Yes.
while the folks in person are having their dinner, Hopefully, people will join you in the virtual space to have a drink or have dessert or have dinner. And
Yes.
then everybody can watch the virtual keynote afterwards, which is every night. And then after that, if people choose, they can hang out and bring more drinks, and then you'll do the mystery charts and
Yes.
tell us about the virtual ascendant
Yes.
masquerade.
I am
Yeah.
so excited to do this again. Last year it was a total hit, but basically the theme is tell us your ascendant without telling us your ascendant. And so you're supposed to dress up if you'd like to portray your ascendant. And so last year we had we had a woman who was a Libra rising at the last minute tape a penny to her forehead because Venus rules Libra and
That's
Libra
interesting.
rules copper. It was my
Copper.
favorite one.
But that
Wow.
you have to know, you have to really, you have to go
Yeah.
beyond.
Yeah, it was so, she kept getting really close to the camera. It was hysterical. Like we all were just having the best time. People with flowers in their hair, of course, Leo rising with the crown. I came in an all gold dress and tiara. I had lions behind me. I went all out, but you don't need to go all out if you don't want to, but it is really fun. Just just something to unite and start the conversation.
And then
Agreed.
Nicholas, I think, is still planning to do at least one live stream, and that probably will be on Saturday, I think.
Saturday night, I believe that's what it was last year. And that was such a good time. That was so much fun. It felt like we were really there to an extent because he was just grabbing anyone who was interested in talking to him, but he didn't have like an actual setup. So he would like be in a stairwell talking to like one of your favorite astrologers that was at the conference. Never a dull moment. It was really fun.
Perfect for that, honestly.
Yeah.
He's so
Yeah.
good at that. I love that.
Absolutely. Infectious energy.
He's good. We're
Yes.
happy to have him and blessed to have him and you and all
Oh,
the
thank
people who
you.
work toward NORWAC. It is not a single person. Back in the day when we had a smaller conference, it was just me and some volunteers, and now it's a full-on team running this. And I am so grateful for everyone who participates and adds their voice and their flavor and who they are to the event. It makes it so much more interesting. Thank you for doing this today as well.
Oh my
And I
gosh. Thank
hope
you
all
guys.
of you out there will, whether a day, you can register virtually for Saturday or Sunday,
Yeah.
or the whole shebang. You can register for 2 days. And it's really important to remember that you, as a person who registers for the full conference, you will receive steep discounts for recordings past, present, and current, or that's past and present, and that you will also receive. Everyone will receive 2 weeks of viewing the replays of all the lectures for the days they purchase. So if you purchase Saturday, you can watch all of those lectures,
Yeah.
right? Now, if
That's
you attend
amazing.
live, you can only attend a handful a day, right? But
Hmm.
you'll have everybody in person and virtual will have 2 weeks to watch those. And so you can binge yourself. If you tend to
Hmm.
binge, are you a binger when you
Oh
watch
yeah.
Extreme? How about you, Sydney? Are you a binger?
Yes.
Yes. My husband is always like, he wants to string it out. And I'm like, no, I
Oh
have to
no,
watch the whole thing.
that's
So
funny.
anyway, you can do that. If you're a binger, you're going to just absolutely love that ability to have all of those lectures. So again, I thank you, Samantha, and you as well, my Sydney, for taking the time out today, out of I know what our busy schedules to chat.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Laura and Sydney. You guys are lovely.
See everyone at NORWAC. Bye.
Yay, bye.